Though his life was not in danger, doctors said he would likely be paralyzed for life. The kind-hearted Anran was once again shackled by guilt. She felt that Alan's tragedy was her fault and she had to stay to care for him. At the hospital, she broke up with Yong Yuan.
Leave me, just like you once made me leave you.
I asked you to leave back then, for your own sake.
And now leaving me is for mine.
Seeing the resolve in Anran's eyes, Yong Yuan chose to let go once more. He didn't return to Beijing, but stayed in New York instead, watching over her and waiting silently from a distance. Over the next few years, Anran cared for Alan devotedly, and while she and Yong Yuan crossed paths on the streets of New York countless times, they never actually met. By 2001, Alan's health had gradually recovered. He could see how unhappy Anran had been all those years. He knew that by using his illness to keep her, he only held an empty shell. Her heart would always belong to Yong Yuan, so he finally chose to let her go. He initiated breakup, urging Anran to find her own happiness. Having regained her freedom, Anran returned to the Brooklyn Bridge. She chanced upon the words Yong Yuan had left on the bridge years ago. Tears fell as she finally decided to bravely pursue her love. September 11th, 21. A day that seemed like any other. Anran dialed the number she had etched in her heart.
Hello.
It's me. I'm planning to go back to Beijing.
I finally heard you say it. I have actually been waiting for you in New York all along.
I never knew.
So, when can I see you? Today.
And every day from now on.
This was the most blissful promise of their lives. A sense of fulfillment finally reached. After 30 years of hardships, but at that very moment, the phone signal was suddenly cut off. Anran had no idea that her lover on the other end of the line was in his office in the North Tower of the World Trade Center, while a plane was roaring toward the window. Anran raced toward him like mad, only to see billowing smoke in the skyscraper, collapsing right before her eyes. As all of New York fell into a panic, their childhood friends back in Beijing also saw the horrific scene on the news. They frantically dialed Yong Yuan's number, but there was no longer anyone to answer. They'd missed each other time and again, yet just as they finally decided never to let go, fate tore them apart forever in the most brutal way. Fast forward to 2014, and Anran finally returned to Beijing. The city had undergone earth-shattering changes, but the No. 31 bus stop that held all her childhood memories was still there. She stood there as if she could still hear the footsteps of that tag-along behind her, yet she knew he would never appear again.
Though they missed each other for a lifetime, to have loved is to last a lifetime.
This closing monologue is the most poignant footnote to the entire film, but always is ultimately a story about missed chances. Fate is like a cruel screenwriter pushing them together time and again, only to ruthlessly tear them apart, just as happiness is within reach. Their childhood separation was beyond their control, and their youthful parting was built on a well-intentioned lie. To let go in middle age is a choice of conscience, yet the final outcome is devastating, a tragic and eternal separation between the living and the dead. Meanwhile, the film serves as a reminder to us ordinary people living in times of peace, to cherish the one who can recognize the sound of your footsteps, to express your love and vulnerability with honesty, to seize every moment you have together today, because you never know whether a seemingly ordinary departure or a call cut short by a lost signal will become a final goodbye. Perhaps a true lifetime together isn't about staying by each other's side day and night, but that even after saying goodbye you live on in every minute and second of my life. To have loved even for just a moment is enough to burn for a lifetime. This is perhaps the most tender revelation that but always leaves for those who believe in love, as well as the most cruel.